when the commission has every right to set the parameters of a traffic
You
commission?
see every day with applicants that come in here, people that...
Well, there was no need for that to be a secret, and it was...
It's not a secret, it's all public.
It was weird, the commission was not aware of it.
Well, we're not aware of a lot of things that they did. People came in all the time.
I do not think that the staff should be meeting and helping an applicant for an entire year.
What?
An entire year before an application is even submitted.
We have people come in here all the time and they say, I want to do this, I want to do that.
This commission is responsible for setting the parameters of the traffic study, and we did not...
Motion to adjourn, please.
No, you should not cut me off.
Before you adjourn, I just want to say, since there are some new commissioners, and there seem to be some misunderstanding of what our roles are as it pertains to not only this, is it possible for the Corporation Council or someone to meet with us, just to have an open meeting, just to kind of clear the air, so to speak?
Yeah, our former Corporation Council did that.
I'm not saying,
No,
I'm not telling them.
No, just let me finish the sentence.
No, go ahead.
Our former Corporation Council did that frequently. He sat down with commissioners to give them an idea of what the parameters of their responsibilities are. I have every expectation that Attorney Capone would be able to do the same thing for us.
No,
I think it would be helpful.
I have one question. Mike, you had mentioned, am I correct in hearing you said that the council and zoning had kept information from us that could have helped us make better decisions?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because just in the last application, the BJ's application, I asked 2 pages of questions about the process of how the staff could work for an entire year with the applicant, and they decided the traffic study only needed to be on Main Avenue when neighborhoods were concerned about anything beyond. And we had the $500,000 traffic study that was completed for a year that said we should look at every intersection with 25...
about BJ's too much.
Well, I'm just saying, there's no application now, and it's totally fine, and I'm just saying, we were told when the application came in, all of this was already decided by staff and prior, and the commission had no control over it at that point, that it was all a done deal. And I was really surprised by that, because that is not the way I understood the process. So I asked questions about that that were very important on future applications, so that we could all know. There was no need to keep all of this a secret, and they were never answered.
There's a lot of public engagement on that, at that point.
No, when we, actually the very first meeting that we had on BJ's, the very first meeting, I said, who set the parameters of the traffic study? And why were the conditions of the $500,000 traffic study that had been already in effect for a year ignored? And then it was a conversation that I brought up the moment it came in. And then I didn't find out for 2 more months, actually starting to find out, well, I was told it was too late. It was too late to change the traffic study, and that it had already been determined that this was going on. So this is all going to come up again if there is another application. It's all going to be repeated. I'm going to ask the same questions, and I don't want to have to go through another anxious period of not understanding who decided where the traffic study begins and ends, etc. Just as one example, we could go and we could talk about drains that weren't tested in the street that I had asked for. We could talk about DPW. These are all other applications, but other things where they were very serious, which could have made a difference onto whether an application was appealed. It could have made a difference as to how we voted. And the information was just denied. Radio silence. As if my questions didn't matter.
It's all, repeat yourself again.
It's all on the record.
Mike, you're repeating. Okay. So,
We never seem to get anywhere.
Okay. Right.
So, Joe, have we agreed that we're going to, or as the chair, you're going to contact the Corporation Council?
I will contact. I will go this far. I will contact Marriott.
And I will as well.
Okay.
I do believe that with the history of the bylaws not being followed, that I will go to the Corporation Council
Maybe it's time to look
as
at the
well.
bylaws again, because when we, the last time that the zoning commission had the right to hire staff was when Ed Leary died. I was zoning commissioner then. And
What year was that?
Oh God, I don't remember now.
I understood a staff member was hired in the last 8 years when there was a heavy workload, and
Let me finish what I was going to say.
Sorry.
That's the last time that the zoning, we're no longer allowed. What we did then, the zoning commission interviewed 6 or 8 people that applied for the job, and we hired new staff. But that's no longer possible for us to do that, correct, Mike? The whole thing is different now.
You're not being exclusive.
No, we don't hire new staff.
Well, this
I
is,
just think the accountability thing, everyone should have accountability. I think we should understand the clear process of who does the reviews and the process of it, and I would assume our input would go into that process somewhere. That would, I would assume, would be critical, and
Hey, Mike, why don't you going to get hold of Mary Ellen?
I will, and I just want to say the bylaws.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I just want to say, you can't, but as the chair, shouldn't that fall to him?
If he wants to, I have no objection, but
Well-
I'll do it too.
Well, these are how I understand them. The bylaws are authorized by state statute. So it says the objective and purpose of the zoning commission, the notice set forth in chapter 124 of the Connecticut General Statutes as amended, and those powers and duties delegated to the zoning commission by chapter 79, article 2 of the Code of the City of Norwalk. That's what these are authorized, adopted in 1988 and revised last 2008, and they're in effect. And I don't understand why these bylaws, if there's things in these bylaws that don't contain, so I will, that's why I want to talk to the Corporation Council. Joe will too, but I have every right to discuss it because
Sure you do.
we have not had any transparency, accountability. We don't even know what the staff's credentials are in order to identify strengths and weaknesses. It's been basically a very difficult 6 years with a shutdown of questions I've asked, of information I've requested, and this is going to end immediately.
Okay.
We have a new mayor and a new corporation council, and this is not going to continue because it interferes with the professional and the serious responsibilities this commission has to determine the future of the city and protect public health, safety, and welfare.
Motion to adjourn is in order?
I make that motion.
We're adjourned.
Thank you.